is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. This is the Friday, the 24th edition, and I'm just having to check with my engineer. Any sound? Oh, I'm not sure. Yes, in the den. Let me ask the den. Sorry for this delay. Any sound? I'll just put a question here. Any sound? And then I'm not sure what to do. Hello, he's not trading today. I'm just testing. I'm sorry for the delay. And I'm going back to my engineer. Okay, we're here. Sorry for that little mix-up there. I wasn't sure what was going on, but now we're all set. So, Basil Chapman here. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour, early edition. We'll be back to regular time on Tuesday. So we're looking at the E-mini up 14. He just had a bit of a rally, a big sharp pullback yesterday. Let me just go through this for the moment because it's important. We've got a peak D in the 1-minute chart, peak E in the 5-minute chart, and a leg E in the 10-minute chart. So the rally is only 14 points, and that's going to be important because if today, so what I said to subscribers is this a one-off? Let me just get back to the chart right here. Here we go. So if for any reason the Dow is up about 300 points today, this could turn into a one-off. What do I mean by that? We've seen a number over the last, I would say maybe a year and a half, a number of very sharp single-day declines, and then market goes back to normal, tries to rally, and then slowly gets back to where it was at the previous highs. We'll see what happens here. So now I'm looking at this. So with the Dow, on the 20th of, let me just get to this right here to double check. I had a terrible situation yesterday, but I finally resolved it with my trade station. It was something that I did. I don't know what it was. And also, I didn't know that I wasn't backing up. It said it was backing up every night, but for some reason it wasn't. So I thought I'd lost a chunk of data, but I didn't in the end. So what we're looking at is that high that was made on the 20th of May in the Dow at that leg D. That's also where we switched to the short position. Why? Because in the Chapman methodology, that fourth highest peak D, that's where other things can happen. Look at that sharp pullback right here in the weekly. Now what I want you to do is this. I'm going to go to the futures. And the futures right now are up 51 at 39,206. That was a really sharp decline. Now, what's interesting about this is the 40,358. Let me see if it's smoothed out. That's still the same price. Yep. That was made back on the 1st of April. And then that sharp slump to the 37, just under 37,500. The rally that we had in the futures, the tent can tell me that they can hear me, or my engineer. Oh, look at that. What is happening? Well, of those days. I'm sorry. It happens. That's what we've got for using the internet. Every once in a while, something happens, and I can't see if I'm on or if I'm not on. Most importantly, I'm going to go back to the, oh, what a day. Let me just check. Sound, yep, sounds good. Okay. That's technology for you. No, I think it's not technology. It's probably me. So I'm looking at this, and we're looking at, let's go. We'll start this again. The YM, the futures. Very sharp pullback. In the Chapman wave methodology, at a peak D, other things can happen. And I didn't want to do it there. I want to do it here. You can see that I thought I was all set. I was looking forward to the action today. But, all right, here we go. New show starting right now. We've got the Dow futures up 48 to 39,201. We had that peak D on leg D on Wednesday, a peak D confirmed on Thursday, and we've pulled back very sharply. The E-mini. The E-mini right now is trading up a little bit, about 14 points. But most importantly, what we've done is that in the daily chart, it took a little while. It took until yesterday's high to make that leg D. You don't get a confirmation of a peak D until the following session is a lower high. And so far, that's what we've got. It had a high in the E-mini yesterday of 5368.25, and today it is trading at 52.98. Is this going to be, now, what I was talking about before is that if it's a one-off, and we've seen a number of these one-offs where the market just slumps on a particular day, and then that is the low for a short period of time, and there's a decent rally. Well, if you're looking at this, let's go to the QQQ. That's the index 100. It made a new all-time high yesterday. It's trading up $1.17 at 454, but yesterday's high was 460.58. So we are certainly down quite a bit from that level. And that's just telling us if the 9-period moving average is still very strong over the 14. In the weekly chart, same thing. Look at the, and I'll go to the NQ if someone asked me if I'd have a look at the NQ. Yeah, NQ made a leg E and could be a peak if there's no new high today. And then went to 19,023. And we're going to watch that very closely. So talking about the SMHs yesterday, what I was emphasizing was that there's a chance, and I actually started to mention this a couple of days ago. I said there's a chance that we could see a diversion between the semis rallying. It's very unusual to see that, with the semis rallying very sharply, especially because of NVIDIA's earnings, fabulous earnings, and the general market, which worries about what the Fed is saying. To me, the Fed is more important than the semis right now. But mostly what we look at is the semis lead the markets up, they lead the markets down. And so far, even after yesterday's spectacular run to 230, so did I update that? 244.56. Let me just change that right now. 244.46. All right, we've got a break coming up. And we're looking at the Dow right now, up some, and we'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, early edition, I Connected the Dow.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Folks, we're back Friday the 24th. We're looking at the early edition at 8:18 a.m. What we're looking at here is the 1-minute chart. And you might recall that about a week or so ago, I said there's a midpoint line in this long, narrow rectangle, and it was at 52.97. But we completely didn't worry about that because we soared up to the next horizontal trend line that was, I considered, a narrow rectangle that had the midpoint of 5334. We saw that over the last couple of days, how that was that was really a support and resistance level. We went right through it late mid-session yesterday. Now what we've got is we're back to the one that was at 52.97. I just want to mention that because I like to put these lines in. You kind of forget about them while you don't need them. It's like a 200-period moving average. And then once it gets close, it becomes very important. So that, on a very short-term basis, is what I'm looking at right at this particular point. Now, let's go through this. I want to get this before the 8:30, I guess there's some economic news probably. So I want to get this. So the estimators, fabulous move up. On balance volume right here went a little bit overboard. The stochastics at 93%, that's fantastic. The MACD is strong. The 9 is over the 14 and the price is over the 14 in the daily. Weekly chart, the MACD is trying. It hasn't yet crossed back to positive after the very sharp slide in April from the 239.14 high down to the 198 area, a low, and now we're all the way back to all-time highs. Even now, trading at 241.90 up to it's in new high, all-time high territory, and that's a leg D in the monthly chart and an F/C in the weekly chart. I'm going to have to get used to this little square that you see here. It's something that they did when they upgraded this older version of TradeStation, which has really been very reliable, but I don't want to go through it. It was just a horrible, horrible session. After I did my show yesterday, I had that one mistake. I could have, thank goodness I had that mistake, because I would never have known that I wasn't saving. I insisted whenever I did anything to my computer that I always had I saved everything I did. Otherwise, whoa. Well, I thought I lost everything in the daily chart, not the weekly and monthly. Every single thing that I'd ever written in the daily chart, I had to start fresh. I wasn't going to do that. fact, I would have just wrapped it all up if I was going to have to do that. Anyway, I've got it all here, and it's working. So I wanted to go to the semis to say, can you get a divergence between the semiconductor index moving to all-time highs and the general market worrying a little bit about the Fed speak? So look at this. Here is the U.S. bonds. Bonds are trading right now down 10-30 seconds. So yields keep going higher. So to me, that's part of this whole vernacular. This is the scenario that we're looking at right now. Within that context, what I want you to say is the TLT, look, here it is, the TLT is trading. Oh, is there something going on here? Why are the charts not showing? Do you see charts? I need to just check with my engineer. Amen. Yeah. Yes. All right. Everything's working fine, I guess. But here we go. People in the den are talking about it's options exploration today, and they're talking about the late Dave White, one of our wonderful hosts that we've had. We all miss him, I must say. He had a perception and an understanding and a technical veracity for the market that was really quite wonderful. Talking about wonderful, Larry Pesavento in another 30-something minutes will be doing his live show. Just check it out if you're absolutely... this is... every time I listen to Larry, I'm always not only just intrigued, but really impressed at the way he... way prior to positions being activated, he does the measured move. He does the A to B equals C to D. He does all these different technical aspects that are just works for him fantastically. And every one of the hosts here at TFNN has special attributes, and certainly for Larry, if you are interested in the futures at all, that it would be a fantastic opportunity to do that. So now let me go to gold. Gold is trading up 3 at 23.40. So I'm not sure yet if that is a C. I should have put it as an alternate count because it didn't take out the previous low. So I really have to do that. I have no choice to say that this could be a top here. I'm going to have to get used to that square from now on. But anyway, there it is, because it does give me the price. And what they did is they made when I click on my pointer right here, it's in with a black background. How am I supposed to even see the price in red and green? It's impossible. So I have to now use that over there. But everything else is good. So gold is right sitting on the weekly 9-period exponential moving average. Fascinating about this green and black, the 9 and 14-period moving averages in the daily. Look, it's such a sharp pullback from the 2461 area down to today's low of 2326. And yet that 9-period moving average has not crossed pink. And when it does, it means that you've gone from a sell signal. Even now, it's very close to a sell mode. I have to wait for the close today. And the weekly chart is still only in a leg E, and the monthly chart is in a leg B. So looking out, gold is very powerful, but right now it's in this rectangle digestive phase. Silver's the same thing. Silver right now, continuous contract is trading. It's a slightly better looking chart, but 30.64 right now, up 19 cents. Holding quite well. Here I've put the G/C alternate count, leg E in the weekly. So we could land up having a bit of a consolidation. Talk about that. Let's go straight to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading up 475 at 67,680. It's in this range, this kind of rectangle range. It needs to break this Chapman wave inside track right here. I'll show you exactly what I like to do. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to get to other things before that 8:30 economic news. So this is what I call an inside track repellent zone. It needs Bitcoin needs to, this is the continuous contract, get to 73,800 and now say, whoa, it could be a very quick move to an all-time high. That would be the high of 75,795. I'm actually quite enjoying this, but it just bounces around too much. Okay, now I want to go to natural gas. Every day I've been meaning to talk about natural gas since I spoke about it recently. I said, this is the first time that we're seeing a rally in the MACD whereby the crossover is occurring almost at the ictus low, that very low, and the stochastic was starting to rally. Well, it's had a fabulous move. It's gone to a leg C, probably a peak C. It got repelled at the 200-period moving average in the daily chart of 3.081. But you know what? Let me go to this right here. Look at that. It's the first time that it's gone to that 200-period moving average. Well, I don't, but certainly since early last year. Now there it is. That's a weekly chart. I'm not sure how that happened. All right, so we're about to have a break, and then we come back. I'm not sure if it's going to get 8:30. Maybe it could be earlier this week. I'm not sure. But we'll see how the market reacts. Let's go to those E-minis. E-mini entities upper level, having pulled back sharp. And 10-minute chart. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, early edition.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
I broke back and we go right here, see what's happening. It's kind of stuck, waiting. We can see it right the upside, or is it going to stay in the lower range? This is going, well, we'll come back to it because right now it's just in a holding pattern. It's trying to rally. You can see it's trying to pop. There's that line, 52.97. Ping, we just hit it. Are we going to go higher? Because the next resistance level will be the 200-period moving average in the 5-minute chart, and that's right here. It's going to be tough, I think. And that is at 52.99. All right, with that said, let's just get back to what we were talking about a moment ago. We were talking about natural gas. So this is not really the season for natural gas, but at the same time, what is interesting about this is the natural gas has had spikes like this before. It had that big spike. This is a continuous contract, so I always have to renotate, just lift them up so that you can see where it is. So that's a leg A, way back a week of, is that February? I think, no, January the 12th. Week of the 12th, it has a big spike, and it goes to 3.829. Then it plummets down, and what does it do? It goes to a low, it's kind of a double bottom low, and it's 2.123 in the continuous contract. Now it's had this big spike. Is this going to be the same sort of thing? In that case, back in January, that MACD just barely crossed positive, and then it flipped negative within 2 weeks. And the stochastic was way down at the about the 46% level. Right now it's at 50. And that's kind of good, but on balance, the volume is still lagging badly. The MACD is, in the weekly chart, has got this expansion of the MACD. 9-period moving average is very close for the very first time since it crossed negative way back in, I think it was November, around about the $4 area. This is the first time that that we're looking at the 9-period moving average getting close to crossing positive. The week is young. We've still got the whole of today till 4 o'clock. I don't know if it can rally back again, but it's had a big candle pull back, a little kind of a dragonfly at this particular point pattern, doji pattern. And the weekly chart has gone to a trough D. And we'll see if that holds. We've still got all of May to finish. Of course, there's not very much left of May, but yeah. All right, so with that said, natural gas has had a very, very nice rally. UNG, which is the actual trading vehicle, that's the United States, UNG, not NG, UNG. There, UNG. Now, you remember, I had drawn this line, so long ago. From there, and then I extended it out and I said, look at that support line in the monthly chart. Look at that. And I drew in a time price. I don't often do this, but I did this in the monthly chart. You see that line, that trend line? And then you see this trend line right here. What I was looking at is what happens with these low lows and lower highs in natural gas. Well, this is the first time that we can see a little V-shaped pattern in the on-balance volume in the monthly chart, but that stochastic at 5% says, this is just a terrible situation. So natural gas having a very good rally percentage-wise, horrible rally when you're looking at it on a monthly basis because you can barely see the rally after that sharp pullback. But in the meantime, something's been going on with natural gas, and we'll see. I'm going to give it until mid-June. If in mid-June, natural gas is not closed under, the UNG, I should say, UNG is not closed under 16 on a weekly basis, but instead, and this is very interesting because this is a leg D. It's not in the natural gas continuous contract. It's still a C. This thing's going to drive me nuts, I can see. All right. So that was a higher high. Yep, that's a leg D. And it's under, if it pulls back from here, it's underneath the 22.25 200-period exponential moving average, which says it might have to pull back before it has a test of that. And that's kind of what I'm thinking of. I think it's still going to touch 22.25. But it needs to rest a little bit. It's at 1947, down 65. I want you to look at high-grade copper. I can't remember if I did that at all. High-grade copper trading right now, down 0.01 at 4.77. Had a peak D. I don't know if that's going to turn into a sell signal. If it closes with a strong red candle under the black moving average, that's the 14-period moving average, that's going to say, at this particular point, I have to wait for the close today, but I think it'll go to a sell signal. Whether it's a sell mode depends on whether it goes to the 4.69 area. And right now it's at 4.77, and it's a leg D in the weekly chart. I would not be surprised if copper is taking a bit of a breather after a spectacular move to the upside. Look at this, FCX, Freeport-McMoran. Went to a leg E in the weekly chart. Fabulous all-time. I don't think that's an all-time high, but it's certainly a multi-year high. up at leg E, leg D in the monthly chart. And if I can move this away, we've got, let me just check. F, G, okay. Oh, that's going to be one of those few times that I think we have a problem here. Move that away. Yeah, that's an A, that's a G/B, and I have no choice but to call that C. That could fail, but unless we take out 47 in Freeport-McMoran, but actually everything about it suggests that there's a pullback coming, and I don't care what that letter is. I'm watching it closely because it's been spectacular move to the upside. Next question I had was, FXI. And Gary, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get FXI finally made. This is the iShares China Large Cap ETF. Ha. Look at that. Peak F, sharp pullback, leg C, probably a peak C this week in the weekly chart. This is still making higher highs and higher lows. Monthly chart still looks horrible, but the weekly chart has improved a lot, and the daily chart right here is at a peak F, and I think it's going to be pulling back. Probably 27 is the key support short term. So if it takes that out, I'm not sure it goes all the way to 25.48 and 200 period moving average. We've got a number of fib lines over here, but most importantly, I think it's taking a little bit of a digestive phase. XPeng, I think, is the question I had. If I typed it in, no, I didn't. XEPNG. No, for some reason I'm just blanking out here. But that was Barber's another one that I was asked about 2 days ago that I completely forgot about it. That's gone to peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D, peak E, and now it's pulling back sharp. Doesn't look a lot like the FXI. This is Alibaba trading at 80.60, down 20 cents. I think that's going to be, if it takes out the 200 period moving average of 79.18, closes under 77.80. Anytime next week, then there's going to be a bigger digestive phase. But right now, just taking a breather after a really spectacular move. Wrote down what it was that I was going to look at. Oh, the VIX index. Isn't this interesting? Here's the VIX index. What would you have expected yesterday with the Dow 600 points lower, the S&P sharply lower, even the NDX pullback, yet the SMH has held well. Down 26 cents. I mean, really. It didn't even acknowledge yesterday's pullback. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, 8:38 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be back soon after this break.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, so we're starting to see a little bit of a rally here. You've got the E-mini up 19.75. Now the big question is, for those of you who do technical Friday today, you use the Chapman wave. If you take out your starting point for a buy signal that goes to a buy mode, it goes to a D or E, and then it pulls back, makes an arch formation, and then takes out the left side low. If it pushes through the previous high, you have to consider that A. So this is a brand new buy signal right here in price, but the stochastic's only at 67, the MACD in the 5-minute chart, and the MACD's turned positive. The 9-period moving average has finally turned positive. So it can fail, but I'm calling this an A. I have no choice because you took out the high, but you also took out the starting point low. So that's the way this works. And that, and the 10-minute chart, I can have an F/A, and because you have to use the shorter time frames to be able to judge what it's doing. So you don't have to really worry about that at the moment. But look at this, peak C1, C2 in the 1-minute chart. Is this a leg A? All right, well, that's a nice move to the upside. I got a question in the den about, let me just go right here. Okay, about Unilever. I haven't looked at, in fact, I don't remember when I last looked at Unilever. It's a European company, I believe. And the question is from, I can just barely see it, actually. I know, sorry, it's a little distant here. I don't want to put my nose right up against the screen. But anyway, in the den, and we're looking at Unilever trading up 22 cents at the pre-market at 54.99. It's gone to a leg E. It had a gap. It didn't even look when remember, in gaps are like anything else. You just follow the price. Then you make a note of a gap, but you don't have to think, especially when it trades overseas. You don't have to think about that until you get close. But we didn't get close. Look at this huge gap up, and that was a gap on the. So on the, here we go, UL is the symbol. On the 24th of April, totally long in the 47, 48 area. Next day, boom, the low is 50.28, high is 51.12, and it doesn't look back. It just moves higher and higher and higher. And then a little bit of a dip, didn't even touch the 9-period moving average, and it rallied sharply yesterday, but then it pulled back. And now it's in the middle of that. Look, it doesn't look very much like the chart I just showed you of the 10-minute chart of E-mini. That was a low of the 27th of October at 46.16. This last low that was made about 5 weeks ago, that's at 46.48. If it went to 46.14, that would have been negating. That would have been a sell mode. And now we would add a brand new one. But in this case, I can't just call it an E because it didn't take out that low. So it could be a continuation of this move up. And the monthly chart, you made a peak B back in 2023. What was the price right there? I would say that was at 55.99 in April of 2023. Pulled back very sharply down to the 46s, and then look what happens. Makes a cup formation, and it's trying to get there. I think, from what I'm looking at in this particular equity, Unilever PLC. I can't remember where it's stationed. Is that the Netherlands? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm looking at this, and you see this trend line right here? That's it. All you do is you take your outer points first, and you say, look, that's where it goes. And then you take another one, just a tiny little narrow, like a 16th of an inch, and you put it there, and you call that the Chapman Wave Inside Track Repellent. You don't have to say Chapman Wave, but I do that because it's part of the umbrella of all the different tools that I've developed over the years. This is green. This is red. And all I can say is it's acting really well. If you've been along for a while, I just wouldn't do anything at all. I'd just keep it there. Most importantly, if it pulls back, so it's at 54.37. If it closes under 52.30 in the next week, then maybe take a little bit off for money management. You could even do that right now, but I wouldn't touch it otherwise. Keep your core position acting very well. What I'm looking at is that there will be an attempt in June to cross over into the new fresh territory. Well, first of all, the high that was made back in April of 55.99, you first have to tackle this break above. You have to get to 55. Yeah, I think that's it. I think you're going to make a leg C in June. Let's just put it that way. That's what I'm looking at right now. Question came in about, where did I put? Oh, about Schwab. So Schwab had that round number, exact round number, with a Chapman Wave volume price climactic low back in March. I think it was the 13th of last year. And then what happened is it rallied and then came back. And my rule of thumb with that kind of low, especially a round number low, is that within 28 days, if it's sharply higher, it can actually go 56 days. Well, it didn't. It came back, but it didn't take out the 45 low. In fact, it held it, and then it went even higher. And it was just yesterday, it hit 79. I mean, the all-time high is 96.24. It plunges down to that 45 round number low, and then look what happens. It hasn't doubled yet. I think it will double in 2024, but right now the high of 79.49, we're looking at it trading down to 71.69 area, and I think it's digesting gains. And that's what I said. We're not going to go into a new position in the IAI. We're already in at 45. And we've just held it for a very long time. That one is held. It went to 120.40 area 3 days ago. Now it's pulled back sharply to 117. And all I'm saying is that I believe that the brokers are very good clues as to what's happening in the general market when they move to all-time highs. Well, when the IAI, the iShares broker dealer and security ETF moves to all-time high, that's like the semiconductors. It's like a confirmation for me. I also like to see the XLF move, but let's just finish up with Schwab, and I think Schwab's coming back. And this is a sell signal. It went to a sell mode in 2 days. Well, it actually went to a hint of a sell mode at the end of Wednesday, and Thursday it plunged. And it looks to me, I don't think it can go just yet to 63 with 200 period exponential moving average, but I absolutely think that this candle right here, candle of the 16th, with a high of 73.26 and a low of 70.37, that 70 area is going to be critical over the next week. I think it will test it, and this is still a leg E in the weekly chart. That means if there's no new high above yesterday's high, next week we can call it a peak E, and that's got a break coming up. Let me just check the futures. This is the early edition, so this is at 8:50. it'll be replayed at 10:50. The Dow futures are only up 63. Really struggling. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
My first final segment before you go to 9 o'clock. Great programming. Don't forget, Larry Pesavento in another 2 minutes time will start his live trading show today. So we've got the XLF at up 9 cents at 41.45. This is a peak C at an all-time high. That's really unusual to fail, but it can. But it's a leg D and probably a peak D today in the weekly chart. But that is really important. The fact that the financial S&P Select Financials, but the KRE is still lagging terribly. I can't believe how badly that is. Let me just show you this for a moment, and then I want to give you an overview of what I'm looking at for today. And have a wonderful long weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Peak E and the KRE pulling back. Look at that monthly chart. This needs work. That's the S&P Regional Banking. So let me just go through this right now. So the that's the Dow futures, trading up only 52 points after a smash yesterday. If for whatever reason, if there's a move in the Dow today over 270 or over 300 points higher, that just says this is a one-off. I don't think it's like one of those big sell-offs that we have had over the past year where almost immediately you get a big rally. I think this is telling us that at least there's a digestive phase going on. So if for whatever reason, if the Dow goes negative at any point, that just puts a cap on the upside, and it is options expiration, so anything can happen after 3:15 this afternoon. So in the meantime, I'm just saying to you, a really sharp move up says you got to watch that, but there's a lot of resistance in the Dow at the right here. At this particular level, I'll give it to you in a minute, right there, that's at 39,500. So it really has to take that out next week sometime. So I think we're in a digestive phase. I didn't do the bonds. I'll do them. I did, but I'll do it again. Bonds are down 14. The LTLT is down 14 cents at 90.97. If the yields keep going high, it is going to start impacting the home builders. And the home builders right now, HGX, look at this, trading down sharply, ABCD. That made a peak, Dean. So I'm just going to have a wonderful long weekend and stay tuned for great programming here. Basil Chapman signing off just before 9 o'clock. This will be replayed at 10 o'clock. And have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much.